Once upon a time, in a beautiful meadow filled with flowers of every color, there lived a tiny butterfly named Bella. Bella had delicate, shimmering wings and loved fluttering from flower to flower, collecting nectar and spreading joy. She adored the warmth of spring, the blooming flowers, and the songs of the birds. One day, as Bella was flying over the meadow, she noticed something strange. The flowers were beginning to close their petals, the trees stopped budding, and the air became cooler. Bella was worried. Spring is supposed to last much longer, she thought. Why is everything stopping? Bella decided to find out what was happening. She flew high up into the sky, higher than she had ever gone before, until she reached the edge of the clouds. There, she saw the Spring Fairy, looking sad and tired. "Spring Fairy, what's wrong?" Bella asked, hovering near her. The Spring Fairy sighed. "The winds of winter are trying to return too soon. They're pushing against my magic and making it hard for me to keep spring alive. If I can't stop them, the flowers will wilt, and the birds will stop singing." Bella's heart sank. "Isn't there anything we can do to help?" The Spring Fairy shook her head. "My magic is strong, but I can't fight the winter winds alone." Bella thought for a moment. Then she had an idea. What if we ask the flowers, the birds, and the trees to help? If we all work together, maybe we can keep spring alive. The Spring Fairy looked at Bella and smiled. "That's a wonderful idea, little butterfly. Let's ask them for help." With that, Bella fluttered down to the meadow and told all the flowers, trees, and birds what was happening. The flowers stretched their petals wide, the trees shook their branches, and the birds sang their loudest, hoping to keep the warmth of spring alive. But the winter winds were strong, and it wasn't enough. The sky grew darker, and a cold breeze swept through the meadow. Bella knew they needed more help. "I have to go to the winter winds themselves," Bella decided. With a brave heart, she flew into the clouds, where the winds were swirling. When Bella arrived, she saw the mighty winter winds blowing fiercely. They were huge, cold, and swirling with icy power. But Bella didn't back down. "Winter winds," she called out, her tiny voice somehow carrying over the howling wind. "Why are you coming back so soon? It's not your time yet." One of the winds slowed down and looked at Bella. "We are the winter winds. It is in our nature to be cold and strong. But it's springtime now," Bella said bravely. "If you come back too early, all the flowers will die and the animals will suffer. Can't you wait a little longer? There will be plenty of time for winter later." The winter winds swirled around Bella, thinking about her words. "You're right, little butterfly," one of them finally said. "We have our time, and so does spring. We will wait until it is truly our season." And just like that, the winds began to calm. The air grew warmer again, and the dark clouds parted, letting the sun shine through. Bella flew back to the Spring Fairy with the good news. "You did it, Bella," the Spring Fairy said with joy. "Thanks to your bravery, spring will continue, and the flowers will bloom once more." Bella smiled as she flew back down to the meadow, where the flowers opened their petals wide, the trees swayed happily, and the birds filled the air with their songs. Bella had saved spring, and from that day on, She was known as the butterfly who brought warmth and joy to the meadow.